So you may be looking at this and thinking, actually, does this really matter? I'm trying to revise. Does it matter what I eat? Actually, it matters a lot. Watch this PowerPoint and hopefully you'll see at least a few things that hopefully will help you and get better exam results. So the first thing is whole grains. Like everything in your body, you just can't work with the energy. Your brain can't work. So you need a steady flow of carbohydrates to the blood, to the brain. Therefore, choose whole grain food. That is things like brown bread, whole grain cereals, all brown Weetabix porridge, things like brown rice and pasta. And that will actually help get rid of any brain fog and any irritability that you may have. So the second thing is oily fish. Not everyone's favourite particularly, but actually it has loads of omega-3 in the oily fish. If you're not into fish, I don't like fish particularly, I have to say, but things like pumpkin seeds and walnuts, and it's the oil within those things which actually help to break your brain function, your heart, your joints, but actually your general well-being. Studies have shown that good amounts of omega-3 can actually also help relieve depression as well. So number 3 is blueberries. With blueberries, there is very strong evidence actually from a university in America that says that consumption of blueberries is effective in improving or delaying short-term memory loss. I would really recommend blueberries. They are a real superfood, so think about it before you go into an exam or for breakfast to have a handful of blueberries. If you're not into blueberries, things like blackberries or red veg like cabbage, like red cabbage, also has the same chemical in there that does a very similar thing. So number 4 is tomatoes. Very strong evidence to say that these are very powerful. They have an antioxidant called lycopene, and what that does is actually helps you against what's called free radicals, and free radicals actually just destroy the brain over time, and actually people with dementia don't have enough lycopene actually in their blood. Okay, so really important. Actually, eating tomatoes with olive oil helps to absorb the chemical into your body as well. So the Italians have it right. If you're not into tomatoes, things like papaya, watermelon also are good. Very simply, eggs are a superfood as well. Believe it or not, they can help with preventing brain shrinkage, which now seems very extreme. However, a study of elderly patients with mild cognitive impairment found that after 2 years of intervention with high doses of vitamin B6 and vitamin B12 that is in eggs, there was significantly less brain shrinkage compared to actually not having eggs. It makes a difference. If you're not great with eggs, things like chicken and fish, leafy greens and dairy also are also vitamin B rich. Really important as well. See, if you're getting stressed about exams or have anxiety, actually it's been scientifically proven black currants actually can help, believe it or not. And that's because of the vitamin C in there. Vitamin C, actually, things like red peppers, citrus fruits such as oranges, but also broccoli. Actually, broccoli has more vitamin C than an orange. Okay, so if you are a little bit anxious, things with vitamin C in actually will help. So number 7 is pumpkin seeds, and they can actually help enhance your memory and boost your mood. These have lots of zinc in. Now, zinc is very well known as a mineral which enhances your memory and your thinking skills. Has lots of magnesium, B vitamins and other things as well, and actually can kickstart the good mood chemical called serotonin as well. So pumpkin seeds really easier to get. If you toast them a bit, they taste much nicer than when you have them raw, but literally some of those before an exam or get them in your body a few days before will massively help. If you're not great with pumpkin seeds or like something different, things like cashews and almonds will also do a very similar thing. Okay, so we're nearly there. So number 8, broccoli. This has loads of vitamin K in, which also is known to enhance cognitive function and improve brain power. Really simple. Anytime you're cooking veg, try and steam it. That actually retains most of the nutrients. Boil it, it's not so great, but you can stir fry it. Also, will actually retain all the nutrients in there. Again, broccoli's not your thing. Cauliflower, kale, cabbage, sprouts. If you're feeling particularly brave, also good. Also will help. Number 9 is a little bit unusual and actually fairly hard to find. It's sage, which is a herb. Probably I put in the picture sage and onion stuffing. But you can actually buy sage. You wouldn't eat sage as it is. You need to put it in with things. Sage oil you can actually buy as well, but it's had literally thousands of years of reputation for improving memory and concentration as well. You can put it in things like in food, so things like make a butternut squash soup, for example, with some sage in. Make a nice risotto with sage. Goes particularly nice with kind of certain meats like chicken, for example, with the pack. So yeah, if you can find sage, all good. So number 10 are nuts. They are really good. They are a real superfood, nuts, and they have some very positive oil in there. Lots of vitamin E, that's what it's about. And actually what it does, it prevents cognitive decline. Again, if you're not great with nuts, leafy green veg, asparagus, olives, seeds, eggs, brown rice and whole grains. There's a few things that have come up a few times across this list. So things like brown bread, whole grains, eggs and seeds and nuts are all good things you should be snacking on, things you should be eating, and you will notice a positive difference. And lastly, and it is lastly, but if you're feeling a bit sluggish, a bit tired after revising, do you know what, instead of actually going to sleep or crashing out in front of the TV, get out there and exercise. A quick walk has been for thousands of years shown to lift your mood, and also it does help with the aging process as well, and it will help your brain. It will keep your brain sharp, keep you fit, and obviously keep your brain firing. All right, it really is important to eat well and move, and that will have a significant positive effect on you and therefore also on your exam results as well.